Hello there, I'm Simon and this is my shed, and I would like to be a Top Gear presenter because... oh no, that's the other video, sorry. Hello, welcome to Simon's Shed. Yes, it's time for an SVR railway, layout update, Severn Valley Railway. I have made some progress. It's been a while since I did an update because I wanted to, it was either a choice between doing some videos or actually getting some progress made on the layout. So I wanted to get further with the layout, so I did that. But I have now got enough to show you what I've been up to. So yeah, some supplies came in. Went on to Hatton's and started ordering some track and stuff. And the boxes of N-gauge track, which come in 30 yard boxes, seemed rather expensive. So I had a little look around, and yeah, it was 10 quid cheaper on railsofsheffield.com. So ordered it from Rails of Sheffield instead. Always a bit of trepidation when you try a new supplier because I've not used them before, but the delivery was really quick, and you can track your order online and see what state it's got to. So really impressed. So yeah, just thought I'd share my experience with them. No doubt there's people out there who've had bad experiences with any retailers, so it's always a bit tricky doing recommendations, but I just thought I'd share my experience. So right, yes, some supplies came in from Rails, box of N-gauge track. It's the Code 55 Pico concrete sleeper track, which I need lots of. I'll need more than that box. I got a few of these, the large radius points, and loads of these rail joiners, and I got some new Zuron track cutters because my old ones had a little notch in, which was affecting, like when you cut the rails, it was leaving a bit of metal sort of sticking out and wasn't a clean cut. So I got some new ones of those, since I've got a lot of rails to snip. And I also got the straight, forgot what it's called, track setter, which has been surprisingly useful. You'd think it would be easy to get track to stay in a straight line, but it's much better with the track setter. So I've got that. Glad I got that. So coming up, finishing the bridge, securing the bridge track, laying the first point, and a few laps of honour. So without further ado, let's see what I've been up to. The metal dowel kit's arrived, and you get the correct size drill bit with it. So I've just done a little test hole, and it does seem to be the right size because it's difficult to push it in, but a little tap with a hammer and that should be nice and solid in there. And then obviously that just fits into the other side like that, and when the other piece of wood comes down, it locks it into place. So here's the bit where the bridge closes down, and put the dowels in, put that one the other way up for no particular reason. So those are in there nice and tightly, and when it closes down, I've just put just experimenting with this, really just a little one of those plastic bracket things screwed down, and that'll lock it into place when it's closed down. So this needs a bit of tidying up here, but I can neaten that up later. I've got the matching dowels in there, so that it locks into place, and it's really solid, so that's promising. Right, let's talk about hinge gate. I had a lot of comments, and thank you for those, about the way I position the hinges and the fact that they need to be raised up. Now, I promise I already knew about that. However, I thought I'd try it, and I thought it was fine. So what I did was I put them on like this. I lifted it up, and this edge didn't foul this edge, so I thought, brilliant. I don't know why everyone goes to the trouble of raising the hinges up. It's not necessary. Forgetting completely, of course, that the track is going to be just a little bit higher than the level of the board itself, and that makes all the difference. So as you can see, this is going to be the correct height. As soon as I lift this up, I can feel it. Maybe you can't actually see it, but I can definitely feel it pushing that one backwards. So thanks for letting me know about that. It's a good job I knew about that before I sort of soldered everything down. So yeah, I'm going to have to raise the hinges up just a fraction. It only needs to be just, I think the level of this needs to be just a bit higher than the level of this, just to make the geometry work. So yeah, I'd forgotten to take into account the height of the track. So I'll get those raised up. There we are. I've raised them all up. Fairly straightforward. I just took one off at a time and just put some MDF underneath and screwed them back down. And yeah, it's all fine now. As you can see, I've got a bit further and I've put the track down here and the base foam. And I'll show you how I did this with the next one at the other end. But I have done the first joint, soldered the track down to the screws, brass screws, and got some power going from under there. But the main thing is, if we now lift it up, it moves away from the track and aligns back up perfectly. Job done. So again, thanks for all the comments. We got that sorted in the end. Now, as I say, I'll show you how I do this, how I've done this joint to prevent the track from moving around. So, to keep the track in position at the end of the bridge, both ends of the bridge runs, this is what I'm doing. I've just placed the track over there and sort of marked where the rails are going to be, and I'm just screwing in the brass screws, and then I will strip away the sleepers from here, and once these are screwed down, I'll solder the track to the brass screws, and hopefully it won't be going anywhere. So I've got the rest of the track connected up there. I just weighted those tracks down with some boxes of screws and levelled up these screws with the bottom of the rail. So let's solder them on. Right, tidy up a bit. Did not find that easy to get it to stick to the brass screws at all, but it seems to have stuck now. It's not a very neat job. We might have some cleaning up of the rails to do there. But it's time for the big moment. We can now cut the rails. And it should lift up. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we've got a bit further with the track laying from the end of the bridge. That's all glued down up to there, and I'm just preparing this bit. I've soldered that bit on the dropper wires and connected that up. That's ready to go. And we've finally got to the first point, so I thought I'd just say a quick bit about points. So we've got round the ramp and we're on this track, and we've hit this point here. No, we haven't, because that one doesn't connect. Yeah, yes we have. Yeah, we've got to that point there, which is that point there. So everybody has their own thing they seem to do with points. Some quite gruesome in terms of chopping bits off here and isolating bits and so on. There are reasons that people do that. I think it's because there's a danger of, if a wheel hits there and touches there at the same time as there, then it will cause a short circuit. So if you think that's a risk, then by all means hack the point up and isolate it. But my way of doing it, I'm not saying it's the right way, I'm just saying it's my way. All I do is, to be honest, I leave the point as it is, really. I just do the usual thing of, as you can see there, 2 insulated rail joiners on the V, and yeah, make sure there's power this side and this side, and that's it really. The only thing, I'm going to do 2 things different to Bodden & Woods. Number 1, very important, remember to drill the holes for the point motors. I'll probably drill, so here's the lever that throws it, and there's holes on both sides. I'll probably drill holes both sides just to give me the option of doing it either way, and I will not forget this time. The other thing is, I like to power the frog separately, and I'm going to do that from the point motors. So again, thinking ahead, I'm going to drill a hole ready to take that wire. Now on Bodden & Woods, I think I just soldered it to here, but if you look underneath, and these are Pico Code 55 that I've used all large radius on my track plan, just for sort of smoothness of the curves really. So yeah, these are the Pico Code 55 ones, and you can see the wire there, which connects this bit of the V to this bit of the frog. So I don't think I need to solder anything to there. I think I can just use this wire. So if I just tease this out, you can see there, I can get a wire soldered onto there and just send it down through there, and you won't be able to see it at all. So that's that'll be good. So I'll crack on with the first point and do that to the other point as well, which you can't quite see, which is there. And then you can see we're almost joined up in a loop. So I'll get that done and give it a test when it's all joined up. Okay, so there it is, soldered onto that wire, and I'll just leave that dangling down there ready for when I get around to the point motors. So once that's ballasted, that'll be completely invisible, which is great. And I have remembered some nice big holes for the point motor so that the arm can throw the point. So I won't show each one, I'll just show one point and crack on with the rest and show you when I'm done. At last we have laid a full loop of track. So it's not glued down from there to there, but that's not going to stop me giving it a good test now. But all the way around here, ignore that for now, is wired, glued down, and ready to rock. All along there. And this will be the actual scenic bit, from there down to there. And yeah, it's time to give it a test. Particularly the bridge joints, which are bound to be the, if anything's going to go wrong, it will probably be that bit. But it all seems nice and level now. I did have a bit of an issue with it where it wasn't aligned properly, and it was really frustrating. Really started to panic that the whole thing wasn't going to work. But then I spotted that these cables were trapped down here, and that was pushing the whole thing out of alignment. So much to my relief, when I took the cables out, it all lines up nicely and it's really smooth to the touch now, and hopefully the locos will find it smooth as well. We're about to find out. So I picked Tornado just because it's got loads of wheels that could potentially derail, and a nice long rake of coaches to give it a good test. So let's see how we get on. Away we go. Now I have tried this, so I know exactly what's going to happen. It stops on the point. So this is a brand new point, and it's all wired in correctly. Definitely works, and the same happens on this one. It just stops dead, and that is why we don't rely on this connection here to actually send the power to it, because it just doesn't work. See, now I've knocked it, it works. That one's still not working. So they're brand new, fresh out of the packet. I've given them a bit of a clean as well, but no, it doesn't work. So that's why I put those wires in, which goes to the frog, and that will be powered independently. So that's why I do that. You just can't rely on the point blades to get the power reliably, not in N-gauge I've found anyway. Apart from that, hopefully everything will be fine. So let's give it a bit of speed and see how we get on. So full speed, backwards, tender first. Sounds pretty good. Beautiful. Safe to say, I think we'll call that a success. If an A1 can go tender first at full speed over it, pulling the big rake of coaches, it looks like it's going to be reliable. Just got to get these points powered. That's kind of spoiling my fun at the moment. Pleased with that. Overall, I'll just glue this last bit of track down. So that's about all I've got to show you for this video. Next, what can we do next? Well, we'll have another line next to this one, which will go down here, which is why I've put this here already, and that's going to take it down to the fiddle yard over here, which I'll probably do while that's nice and open before I put any scenery on top of it. Then that will continue on and start sloping back up all the way around there. So I've got a lot of track to lay back there, and that'll get back up to the same height as that there. So that's that loop. I'll probably do that next, and then finally do the Severn Valley line, which will be here on the top level round to there. So that's the plan. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.